And yeah, thanks everyone for watching.
Joe,
Make sure
he left like a.
no, you're fine. No, you're totally fine. That's a hard worker right there. That's why he's so successful.
New Haven style pizza. Come and take a seat. A beats, it's time to eat.
All right, here we are, episode 12 of Charred, a New Haven pizza show. It's Kevin Begley, Frank Zabsky, and we are here at Tipsy Tomato in Derby, Connecticut, Route 34, New Haven Avenue, right behind the McDonald's, and we're with Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, too. Thanks for having us at your spot.
Not a problem, not a problem.
Joe's kind of a star now. He was on Chaz and AJ a couple months ago, and I heard it was a big splash over there.
That's right.
Yeah, it's still, even after Dave came, it's got crazy for a few months, and then it was the anniversary of 1 year since he came. We posted it, another rush came, and then I did the Chaz and AJ. That day, this place was packed. It was a Wednesday. I'll never forget. I always have one bartender, one waitress, one of everybody.
Yeah.
I look on the cameras from home, and I'm like, oh my God, I got to get there. And it was just insane how the power of radio or just social media just makes it crazy.
Yeah, you've had, over the past year, you've had quite the buzz. Yeah. And with Chaz and AJ, you got to get up early for that one.
Yeah.
So, and you brought pizzas, right? So did you have to get here at like
I got
4
here,
in the morning?
I got here at 5 because the ovens need at least an hour. So I got here at 5, turned the ovens on, and then I was like, I was definitely bringing the stuffed shrimp. Yeah. I brought cheese. I can't remember what else I brought.
Big Mac, I think you brought?
Yeah, I definitely brought the Big Mac, and then one of the guys was gluten-free. Oh, but he broke his, Lent.
Lent.
Yeah, he was no carbs for Lent, and he broke it right there. Because everybody was raving about the pizzas, the stuffed shrimp, so he broke Lent. So
and yeah, like you said a year ago, Dave Portnoy came by here.
Yeah,
that must have been crazy too, because you don't know when he's showing up, right?
No, actually. So my friend Nick owns Eats in Florida.
Yeah.
So I saw that. I watch Dave's videos every day.
Yeah.
I saw that he just did it with
What?
the guy in Florida. No, Nick in
Yeah,
Florida.
Beats guy.
Yeah.
So I called him. I wanted, how'd you get him there? And then he didn't answer. So I came here. I'll never forget. Taylor was here. I was outside interviewing a new employee, and she comes out. She was like, "You know Dave Portnoy?" I'm like, "Yeah. Why? Was he here?" She goes, "He just walked out." Are you kidding me?
Because I remember in the episode you come in the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I came running out, and they're like right there already doing it, and
so funny.
It's crazy. So a customer told me afterwards. So, I have the Yankee sign on the Yankee bar.
Yep.
And he's talking about the Yankees coming back.
Because at the time, they were playing the Tampa Rays. Yeah.
So throughout the whole video, he's so pissed that the Yankees came back. And so they were winning 7-6. And that's the score he gave me.
Yeah, that's right.
So the customer said, "Isn't that weird? He gave you a 7-6
Yep.
and you're a Yankee bar."
It's a good score, too.
Yeah,
I think he was low on that score.
I appreciate it.
I think he was doing the bit, like you said, with the score of the game. Yeah.
And but yeah, it totally was fun, and it brought in a ton of it.
It's really interesting to see, like, when something like that happens, you probably saw a huge pop, and then when Chaz and AJ happened, you see another big pop.
Another one,
and it's sort of just like snowballs from those type of things.
Yeah, it's like.
Listen, when this airs, you better have 3 or 4 people extra on staff because
pressure's
it's
on, Frank.
Blow up.
It does. It's so crazy. And then I've been here 8 years almost, and there's people. Oh yeah, we live right behind you, and never knew you were here. And that's like, it makes me like, wow. Like, do I still need to advertise? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, this is a tough. It's a great place, but it's like if you don't know it's here or someone doesn't tell you, you're not going to see it driving by. So it's
even
a little hidden.
When I came to see the place before I bought it, I couldn't find it. It was like in that corner, and I was like, "Oh, this place is going to be tiny."
Yeah.
It's so deceiving.
Did you? Were you in restaurants before this?
Yeah.
What spots?
So it all started. I grew up in East Haven, then I moved to North Branford. I was around 10 years old, and my friend Neil. Parents opened up John and Maria's Pizza.
Oh, okay.
So
that's on like Route 80 and
yeah. So we were 10 years old. We were there playing in the basement, making boxes, making their sausage, like their homemade. They still make.
Nice.
So I got the love of it, there. And then like a few years later, my cousin.
You got the poison.
Yeah, definitely, because we all lived on the same street, and their parents, were hardworking. They worked at New Haven, some factory, and all of a sudden they opened up this place, and boom, they blew up.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, you want that, and
Sure.
I loved it. It was just, you love pizza. So after that, my cousin opened up a place in Hamden, like 1997. It was called Paisanos, ran Dixwell Ave. So he opened it up. My father ran it with the impression, if it goes good, he'll sell it to my father. So my father's brother lost his job. Like, a couple of years goes by, everything's going good. My uncle loses his job and comes there, and that was the end.
Yeah.
Him and my father just locked horns.
Yeah,
my cousin ended up selling it because he didn't want to bring no more fighting in the family.
Yeah.
And that pissed me off because he sold it to the pizza guy.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, damn. So then I just worked at other places.
Yeah.
And then always wanted it. But I was young, and I was like, you buy an oven, this and that,
Yep.
but it's way more.
it's
it's
intense,
way
right?
more than that. Like, this place was filled already, and it still cost me a good money. Like, everything was here.
And what was this before?
This was Marco's Pizza.
Okay. And this was 8 years ago you opened this? You
Yeah,
said?
March 10th will be 8 years. So
Okay.
7.5 years.
Nice.
It's just been uphill, I assume, right?
Yeah, I mean, so I remember I opened up March 10th. It was a Friday night, and everybody's like, you can't open on a Friday night. And I'm like, if I can't open on a Friday night, I shouldn't be in this business.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, what do you mean? Like, that was the stupidest thing I ever heard.
I hope you still don't have those friends anymore.
I can't even remember. I just remember someone saying, you're crazy to open up on a Friday. And I was
Well,
just
why
like,
would you not?
I don't even know what
Like
the
Monday?
best day.
Yeah, Pizza Friday.
And I remember because when I was here, we signed the lease in January. The phone was still ringing for Marco's.
Oh, right. Okay.
So for those 2 months, I was here, changing recipes a million times.
Yeah.
And that Friday I opened, and we did like $5,000. I remember. I was like, oh my god.
Boom.
Yeah,
that was nice.
It was.
You're
pretty
right.
good.
Like, open on a Friday.
Yeah.
That's when you're gonna get that pop.
Yeah, and then it just gradually, I was like, oh, $10,000 a week. Wow.
Yeah.
$12,000 a week, and years went by, and I'm just like, wow.
Now you're $200,000 a week.
Yeah, it's crazy. I need more space, ovens for those 2 days. Like, I turn down so much, or people don't want to wait. Like, on a Friday, sometimes it's 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah.
But I just don't have the oven space.
Right.
The ovens by 7:38 are dead.
Wow.
I have to rotate those. These guys, they go crazy.
You have like 4 deck ovens back there.
Yeah, and then the bottoms are just white, and the pizza on top are like burning, and they're just rotating them, throwing them in hot spots.
That's a hell of a problem to have, Joe.
Yeah, I know.
When are you open for like lunchtime on the weekends too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you're cranking those out all day. So that.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we, like you can see, it's not a crazy lunch business, but Friday and Saturday it's
Yeah.
busy. But
Yeah.
sometimes we get our days, but yeah, it's more at night.
Now, when you first opened, has your menu changed much from when you first opened over the years? Have you added specialty pizzas, things like that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Well, in the beginning it was big. It's still a big menu, but I've shrinking it down.
Yeah.
And whatever we try things, and if it doesn't sell, we change
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah.
But for the most part, everything's pretty much the same.
Nice.
But yeah, I've added a few things.
Yeah.
I've been here a bunch of times myself, other people, so on and so forth. And the thing that I love about this place is it's absolutely consistent. There's the garlic knots, which are to die for.
Ooh.
And my favorite pizza, really one of my favorite pizzas of all time, and I say this constantly at my classes, so on and so forth, is that stuffed shrimp pie is nuts. It's one of my absolute favorite pizzas. Like, when I first bit into this several years ago, it was like love at first bite.
I remember.
It
Sitting
was
right
just
there.
absolutely sitting right there. It was nutty, and there's just, it's a great place.
It's so
Thank
interesting to me because we got one coming out too.
Yeah?
Here we go.
No, I've never had it.
Oh,
so
there
I
you
grew up
go.
in Massachusetts, and when I moved to Connecticut, I was like, "There's so many seafood pizzas." So you got the white clam pies in New Haven, you got the the stuffed shrimp, and I was like, "I've never seen this before," but it's great. It's a really
There's a story. My mom used to make baked stuffed shrimp for Christmas. And about 5 years ago, she passed away. I remember my sisters one day we were talking like, "Oh, we're gonna miss mommy's big stuffed shrimp."
Yeah.
So I came here because I used to cook with my mother.
Yeah.
So I came here and I made a shitload of stuffing. I had all these shrimp and like this much stuffing left.
Yeah.
So I just threw it on a pie, and it's hasn't stopped
They
since.
just kept,
It
yeah,
was-
now
it's so good.
And it probably. Oh, here we go.
Here we go, baby. That's the Big Mac
this
attack.
is
Yep.
the Big Mac
Yep, This
attack.
is the cheeseburger.
right, so-
I don't need
yeah.
another cease and desist.
Tell us
boy.
about this one. Tell us about this one because it came out first.
So this is the cheeseburger pie. So maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, you see on
I'm gonna bring this
Facebook or social media, everybody has this cheeseburger pie. So I decided to try it.
I want to give this a good shot for the camera.
Nice.
Look at that bad boy, huh?
That does look great.
It's identical to a Big Mac.
It really? I
sw-
can't wait to try
I
it.
went through like 8 different sauces,
Yeah.
5 different pickles until I nailed it.
Oh, so you did like a trial and error trying to make it taste like.
Yeah, so that's what I'll do. I'll mess around with some stuff.
Bring this back.
I'll walk around Friday, Saturday night just giving them to people.
Yeah.
And see how it takes. And if it goes well, we
This is another one.
Take a quick picture of that.
That's just a mozzarella. Look
Very
at this
nice.
dog. This is
That's
amazing. Surfboard.
Oh yeah, look at that. No flop.
You want
Nice,
a cheese?
dude.
Or?
Yeah, I'll take a cheese.
You took
I always
my
like
plate,
to. I always like to
Oh,
go
this is your
cheese.
plate? Here you go.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
we
more.
got- We got
I'll
plates.
give him this one.
Plates ahoy over here.
You want to try the Big
Yeah,
Mac too?
throw it on there.
We'll throw one of those on.
I'll
Frank.
throw one on there.
I always like to go cheese first when I go to a new pizza place.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's like the baseline. You know, wherever I go, wherever I'm going
Absolutely.
to a pizza place.
There we go.
Absolutely.
Look at this, huh?
That looks.
Ooh, doggy. Hold on, let me
Fantastic.
give you this back.
Yeah, it definitely needs
Don't
a pickle.
shave my hands. Can I have a napkin, Kevin?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it's funny that you're behind the McDonald's over here too. That's great. Let's see if we can get the crunch on here.
But we got the
Oh,
creme
yeah.
de la creme coming. The stuffed shrimp,
Yeah,
baby.
best for last.
The crunch on the underneath is key. Because that's what you don't usually get in
Right.
a lot of places. You don't get that crunch on the first bite. You
And
know,
he should have cooked it a little bit more, but
it's got
all
some
good.
good crunch. Oh, here's the shrimp one over here.
Kevin, we're going to switch. You take
Switch
this.
them up.
Yep. Because I got to have that bad boy right next, close to me.
Look at this thing. Oh. There we go.
Steam still coming off that dog.
That's great.
Frank.
My God.
That's Frank's dream pie right there.
This is a masterpiece. I call this the Mona
nice.
Pizza. Not the Mona Lisa, but the Mona Pizza.
We were just talking about on one of our last episodes how someone should do a lobster roll pizza.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then Frank was saying the lobster meat's going to cost too much
Oh,
to start
yeah.
cranking those out. But yeah, that looks great.
I got to get me my lemon wedge on here.
So
what
what's?
I
Oh yeah,
learned
go ahead,
about
Frank.
this lemon wedge was that this is something that came out a long time ago, and because I guess the fish was really it smelled, you actually would put the lemon on your hands to cut the smell. That's the origin, I believe, of the lemon wedge.
Interesting.
I never knew that. But look at this dog, man. Oh my God. Look at this. Amazing.
So good. So what's the so on the shrimp? What's the cheese that you use? So it's a white pie, right?
Yeah, moots.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
straight
moots, okay.
Moots, garlic, shrimp, and then the Ritz cracker, crab meat stuff.
Nice. That's great. What's your personal favorite pizza you have here? Is it that one?
Mine, I'm a pepperoni guy.
Pepperoni?
That's all I eat. I mean, I definitely will eat these, but straight up pepperoni, I just can't stop.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, these, like when I first made this 5 years ago, I think I had 3 of them that day.
Yeah.
They are so good. So good, but it's so filling.
Yeah.
That so much butter and
It is.
Ritz cracker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I recommend if you come down here, I'm not saying don't get a large, but definitely get. I think the small for
Smalls
this
come
pie
out better.
is the best. And I have had other stuffed shrimp pies at other places, because other places obviously sell this. But I believe this is the king,
Thank you.
the king of the shrimp pie right here.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, because that's probably a popular pizza in Connecticut, much like the white clam. Like everyone
Yeah.
has their own.
Kevin, you
sort
want one of these slices?
Yeah, let's try it. And I feel like this one's probably it's probably a big seller all year, but especially in the summertime.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like with, taking it to the beach, or people think seafood and they get the
Yep.
stuffed shrimp pizza.
It sells year long.
See,
Yeah.
I got my eyeball on this one, and I'll tell you why. Because after eating enough of these, this has got 2 shrimp on it.
You got the double shrimp. Nice.
I got the deuce on here. So I'm taking that one I'm eating both of these. I don't care. The pizza gavone, baby. Look at this.
Eat
dog.
up. Eat up.
Oh yeah, that's great. Really good.
Oh man.
Unbelievable. Yeah, the flavors. Now, do you think it tastes just like the recipe from when your mom used to make it?
Yeah.
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 It's pretty spot on.
Really, yeah. It's only like 5-6 ingredients.
Yeah.
You gonna give us any secrets or no?
Yeah, I mean, I could give you it all. Just the ounces of everything is you guys got to figure out. All the measurements.
Spill it, man. Spill it. No, I'm just
Well,
kidding.
my biggest thing when I'm making pizza at home is to get it to hold all the toppings.
Yeah.
But it seems like your crust is pretty substantial. Like
Yeah.
to hold up the shrimp and even this one with the cheeseburger, like
Yeah, you saw. You had the
Yeah.
pie like that. Nothing
Yeah,
fell
yeah.
off. We don't put no cheese on top.
yeah.
So there's a couple things. One, obviously, they've got a pretty good technique for stretching. I'm sure these guys have been stretching for a while. But we also got a pretty hot oven because it's earlier in the day.
Yes.
So obviously, as Joe gets busier, it's harder to wrangle the oven to keep it at the temperature, and that's what we were talking about before.
Yep.
But I can honestly say this: I've never had a bad pie here ever. The wait sometimes is long because we live in Milford, so we often call in, but it's worth the wait
Thank you.
because this here you're not going to get anywhere else.
Thank you.
And that just shows you got great pizza when people are waiting for it,
Yeah.
Yeah, we try our best.
I say this all the time, and I think it's 100% true. You do not last in Connecticut, in New Haven County, in a pizza restaurant if you don't have good pizza.
Right.
100% don't last. And
Yeah.
you've been 8 years
Yep. And I mean, you could,
and growing.
with COVID and everything, with all the prices going crazy, I know a few people who just would go to a smaller shrimp or go to a cheaper moots, and I won't do that here. I've probably raised my prices 5 times in the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's probably due again because not only food went up, boxes, straws, napkins.
It's all stuff you don't think about. Yeah.
The minimum wage that killed me. That added on like $2,000 a week, just adding $3 per person.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but if it's good, people will pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then aggravates the crap out of me. People who haven't had their own business or aren't really that business savvy, they look at like a large moots, and let's say it's $20. And I don't even know how much it costs, but maybe it's somewhere probably in that
And they're all,
ballpark.
it's $3.
Right. Yeah, it's $3.
Raw material.
But the
too.
guy making it or the person making it costs money, the liability
Yeah.
insurance. The list goes on and on and on and on. And, it's unfair, and it really bothers me.
Right, because people will go out and spend $60 on a steak per person, but one pizza feeds large feeds 4 people.
Right.
Definitely.
You know, I think everybody's just programmed that way.
Yeah.
To think, like if I charged $200 for a pie, like they could spend $200. I get it, it's steak. That was a bad example, but everybody's so used to or programmed. Wow, $20 for a pie feeds 4.
Yeah.
And then when it's $30, if it goes up to 30.
Yeah. Pizza's always worth the money in my book.
Right.
I'm gonna try this cheeseburger one.
Oh yeah.
And people always, all the time in my classes, often say, I can't believe how much work pizza is. Like, for the pizza to get to your table, well, the dough's got to be all mixed. Someone's got to get the ingredients, or it gets delivered. I mean, it's labor intensive, and it's absolutely labor love.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I hate when people, it's $3 to make. Like today, my pizza guy, today's his day off, but he comes in just to do dough. He was here at 7:30. He just left about 11.
Yep.
And because this dough won't be used until Saturday.
Yeah.
Because I cold ferment it.
Yep.
So yeah, I have to. I have 2,000 pies in the back.
Wow, really?
All times in the cooler.
You're right. This tastes just like the
Big Mac,
the
right?
Big Mac.
Like
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
even
so good.
exaggerating. Identical.
I love that. Yeah. I just love that you did the trial and error. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna taste just like
Oh
it.
yeah, because the pickles make it. I think.
Even the sesame seeds
Yes,
on top.
yeah.
That's such a great touch.
Yeah.
I love that. So when you say you have dough cold fermented, what does that mean? So you're just keeping it in a
In the cooler.
Okay.
And we don't use it for at least 4 days.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. Let it ferment back there. and-
Nice.
That's a little secret, Joe.
Yeah, I like it.
Again, you need the measurements to the
So
And
what? Oh yeah,
Go
go ahead.
ahead.
No, I was gonna say like you have your own spot now. This seems like it was your dream. If you had unlimited resources and money, what would be your like pizza dream? Like to open more locations?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want my own building.
Okay.
That's what would be my dream.
To own the building that you
Own the
have
building.
the pizza place in.
Yeah, have a nice place, patio. You know, that's,
Patio would be nice.
You know, leasing from someone is tough.
Yeah.
You know, has its challenges.
Yeah.
So that would be my dream, you know,
Yeah.
to own. And I wanted to. I live in Northford. I originally wanted to start in North Haven.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't find any spots.
Right.
And I almost gave up until a friend of mine, told me about here.
Yeah, it's got to be tough. I mean, real estate houses are so tough to
Yeah.
find. I can only imagine for restaurant space or
Yeah,
to
and,
find a building to go into.
You know, there's a place that closed in North Haven. I was thinking about going in there. But I couldn't believe the rent they want. So it's a big. And then I asked him. I said, "What if it doesn't, go good?" And he's like, "You owe us the $7,000 a month."
Oh man.
So it's
That's a big nut.
it's a big step, because I'm doing great here. I don't want to open up another one.
Yeah.
And then God forbid, I'm pretty sure it'll do good, but just in case, I don't want to lose both of them.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is, I'm thinking about doing another one.
Yeah.
But I need the right situation.
Yeah.
Because I don't want this one to, fail.
Right.
What about pizza truck? Anything like that? Not your
Nah,
deal?
because the seasonal part,
Sure.
and so many people have opened up pizza. Like before I came here, I was working with Doug. I'm Big Green Truck.
Gotcha.
And I think since I left, probably 100 people opened up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they're
there's a lot of trucks.
everywhere. They're everywhere. And then it's just building the truck is expensive.
Yeah.
And then the seasonal part. You
Yep.
know, if we're in Florida and we could do it here, I definitely would do it.
Yeah.
But the seasonal part, I don't want to start looking. I used to own a landscaping business, and if there was no snow, I'd lose my employees, and I'd start again in the spring. And I don't want that. That gives me anxiety thinking about it right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
It's hard enough. Like I got a great crew now.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about losing them or.
Yeah, it's like having having a pizza truck is like a whole nother business. It's a
yeah,
whole nother restaurant.
It definitely
Yeah.
is. Definitely is. And I don't want to take away from one to help another.
If it ain't broke,
Yep.
don't fix it.
That's it.
So you've owned the landscaping business, the pizza. You've done a lot. Is there anything else that you've done that you've?
Yeah, I was a
Male stripper.
male stripper. I was a manager at ShopRite.
Nice.
Yep. I worked for Ben and Jerry's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
all that
Like
experience.
retail Ben and Jerry's, or
Yeah, I sold to Stop and Shop, Big Y.
Oh, wow.
Was, sales.
Nice.
Yeah. That was my first job when I was 16. I started Stop and Shop. And then I was the frozen food guy. And one day this guy came in. I didn't know this. He's like, "Who did the Ben and Jerry's?" I said, "I did." He's like, "You want a job?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "You're not supposed to touch that." I was like, "Oh, Jesus." I thought I was doing the right thing. But I'm so OCD. I had everything. Like, I tell the guys, put those labels straight everywhere.
Oh yeah, all the clocks and parts.
Yeah, like labels got to be straight. And he gave me a job. I was 18 years old, and he tripled. I think I was getting $5.25 an hour from Stop and Shop back then, and he tripled my pay right on the spot. So I was there for like
Nice.
10 years. Yeah,
That's great.
It was cool.
you've come a long way. That's something
Yeah.
to be proud of.
Absolutely.
I did. I took a chance here. I think I was like 35 years old when I opened up here, high school dropout, and I figured, let's do or die. I knew I could make a good pie. I knew
Yeah.
I had good food. I didn't even know about this place. I hadn't even heard of Roseland before I came here.
Yeah.
You've never heard of Roseland?
Never heard of Roseland. I think the only time I drove past here used to be a bar, tailgaters.
Yeah.
That's the only time I came here. And
That's
it.
a seedy joint, or used to be.
Yeah, I think people, when they hear Derby, they think,
Yeah.
pizza people think Roseland. But
Yeah.
this is, if people haven't been here before, this is definitely one to check out. Absolutely.
Thank you.
And I want to let people know, so we have coming up August 11th at the Amphitheater in Bridgeport, Pizza and Brew Fest, and Joe is going to be on one of the panels.
Oh, yeah,
we have
that's right.
3 panels. One's going to be Icons in New Haven, one's going to be Icons in the Making, which Joe is going to be on, and then we have a panel that I'm going to do, which is going to be how to make New Haven style pizza. But I'm really excited for Joe to be on that panel because I think he's definitely, fits the bill. Icons in the Making right here.
Thank you. Wow, I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome time. Yeah, you can get those tickets. Yeah, ConnecticutPizzaandBrewFest.com. And last
Ticketmaster.
Last year was the first time we did it, and
Yeah.
now we're doing it again, bigger and better this year. Yeah.
Bigger, better, stronger, faster.
Nice. Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Joe. Thanks so much for having us at your spot.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Thanks for the
Thank you, Joe.
pizzas.
Appreciate your time.
Guys, need drinks, water?
Sure. Yeah, I'll take some waters. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching.
Joe,
Make sure
he left like a.
no, you're fine. No, you're totally fine. That's a hard worker right there. That's why he's so successful. Yeah. Make sure you like and subscribe. Everything. We're on all the social media, YouTube, podcast channels. So thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Check out Tipsy Tomato when you're in this area in Derby, Connecticut. And we'll see you next time on the next episode. And remember,
You got to say yours.
it's not burnt.
It's charred, baby.
New Haven.